I wake up this morning, I start packing for a trip that I have tomorrow, and I wasn't even gonna post a video today, but then, of course, a massive leak happened, and this might be one of the biggest leaks the industry has ever seen, because all signs are pointing to this list of games I'm about to show you, most of them actually being legit, so let's jump on into it. There has been a massive leak of data in the guts of the Nvidia GeForce NOW service, yielding a tremendous list of games that may be in development or at least planned at some point, including Chrono Cross Remastered, a Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, a Final Fantasy IX full remake, and even the Resident Evil 4 remake. Now, if you want to, you can skip straight to this timestamp and look at the list of games that leaked, but before I got to that, I wanted to talk about the validity of this rumor and how it just might be real, so let's go ahead and jump on into this. 4 months ago, a programmer, Igor July, I'm just going to call him July, began poking around the guts of the Nvidia GeForce NOW service, which allows people to stream select PC games. July explains that GeForce NOW operated differently half a year ago than it does now, and he ultimately was able to access a variety of log files that the public should not have access to, which he reported to Nvidia but no action was taken. Now July has shown how he found the records on YouTube, which is currently a repeatable process it seems. He discovered the record of over 18,000 games, many of which have never come to the GeForce NOW service, but seem to be there for third-party testing purposes. So to me, I think this sounds pretty legit. These files are in the back end of the service, and a lot of them are very specific that you almost wouldn't even make this kind of stuff up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on into the Reddit thread that's really starting to explode. This went up about 3 hours ago. This all comes from the Nvidia servers, but that means it can be old, canceled, testing data, or something for the future with these entries. Please read this first. GeForce NOW has a data leak, if to be believed, and I want to compile a list of everything I can find, and if someone else has findings, please post them below. I will be constantly updating the list, so please help out. And I know this is a Nintendo channel, but I'm going to talk about the whole list of games. There are some notable Nintendo games on here, and we'll be sure to talk about them, so let's jump in. First off, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Edition, which we already know about, and I'm pretty sure he had this list in hand before that announcement, which just adds more validity to this list of games. Second up, Helldivers 2, that's pretty surprising. The first game was beloved, it found a niche audience, so that's pretty cool. Horizon Forbidden West we know about, GT7 we know about. I don't know how to pronounce this name, but you can see it on the screen right now. I'm just going to skip it. God of War, I'm assuming the first one's coming to PC. Returnal, Demon's Souls, Ratchet & Clank, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Ghost of Tsushima. I'm assuming all these games are going to make it to PC, which a lot of PlayStation fans won't be happy about that, but they did also note that there's no Bloodborne, Spider-Man, Last of Us, Last Guardian, Gravity Rush on this list. Then we have the Microsoft games. Gears 6 is on the list, which we know about, but we know it's a ways off because it's using Unreal Engine 5. Then we have Oxide, which is an unannounced project. Project Haaland, which is apparently Fable, according to Jez Corden. Also Project Typhoon, which is Contraband. Project Woodstock is apparently Forza. I'm assuming that's the Forza Motorsport reboot. And then we have the Untitled Initiative game. Halo 5 Guardians looks like it's coming to PC, which hopefully gets a console update as well. And I don't really know what Kalimba, Indus, or Gravity are. Now here's where things get really interesting. Square Enix. Chrono Cross Remaster, that's a big deal to a lot of people. Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, also a big deal. Final Fantasy VII Remake, obviously coming to PC. Final Fantasy IX Remake is a huge deal, and I'm really interested to see if it's on the same level as the Final Fantasy VII Remake, because that would be pretty awesome. Then below that, we got Final Fantasy XVI, which we already know about. The Tomb Raider Anniversary, which just says 2021. I'm not sure what this means. I think it might just be the collection of the Modern Trilogy, which we already got, but I'm not sure. Unannounced title by Square Enix. Have no idea what that could be. Kingdom Hearts 4 was in the back end as well, which is a pretty big deal. Now here's the big one for me, which is the Resident Evil 4 remake. If you've been following the channel for a while, then you know that I am extremely excited for this and also very scared that it's going to lose what makes Resident Evil 4 so amazing. It's my favorite game of all time, but I'm not going to talk about it forever, so let's jump on ahead. Street Fighter 6, Dragon's Dogma 2, that sounds awesome. I never got around to playing the first one. This would give me the incentive to jump in and play Dragon's Dogma 1, which is available on Nintendo Switch. Then Monster Hunter 6, that's obviously a big deal. Monster Hunter World was the biggest game in the franchise by far. And then below this, we got Take-Two Games, who own Bioshock and Rockstar. GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas remasters, which we've already talked about on the channel. They're rumored to be coming to Switch this year, so that's really awesome. Bioshock TRX Remaster, I'm not sure what TRX means. I know RTX, but I'm not a PC guy. Keep in mind, this is a list of games leaked for PC, but that doesn't mean they're only coming to PC, obviously. A lot of these games are going to come to other consoles and probably Nintendo Switch. Then below Bioshock TRX Remaster is Bioshock 2022. Really looking forward to that. That's being done by a new developer called Cloud Chamber. Really excited. Then we have EA Games Mirror's Edge RTX Remaster, which is obviously ray tracing. That's really interesting. Untitled Respawn game below that. Titanfall 3 below that. Now, I don't think every game on this list is happening. I highly doubt Titanfall 3 is happening right now, but all because one game on this list isn't happening doesn't mean that a bunch of other ones aren't. Then we have Bandai, which just has Tekken 8, Curve Digital, Human Fall Flat 2, The Talos Principle 2, Crytek has Crysis 4 in the works, which is a pretty big deal. Then we have Earth Defense Force 6, and then we have Sega, which has Bayonetta 3 listed, which makes me think maybe, just maybe, Bayonetta 3 is coming to Switch and PC on day one, but we know that Nintendo is publishing the Switch version, so I'm assuming Sega is publishing the PC version, if it even is day one. I'm sure it's probably like a timed exclusive on Switch, and then it's coming to PC later on. But then after this, we have Judgment. Atlas has Catherine Full Body coming to PC. Shin Megami Tensei 5, which we know right now is a Switch exclusive, is also listed in the back end of this Nvidia GeForce stuff as a future PC game, which I wouldn't be surprised. WB has Batman Arkham Knight Ray Tracing Remaster. That sounds really cool. And then below that, Valve is doing a Half-Life 2 remaster. I hope it's like a full-blown graphics overhaul, but remaster just makes me think they're gonna up-res it. I don't really see the point in that because you can already do that with PC. I don't know, maybe it is going to be significant, I don't know. Paradox is doing Project FPS, I don't know what any of those things are. But either way, the most exciting things on this list for me are definitely the Square Enix stuff, all the Final Fantasy stuff, and of course, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Like, it's going to be so hard not to cover that game on this channel just because it has such a close lineage with Nintendo being originally a GameCube exclusive. It's going to be really sad when the game gets announced and it's not coming to Switch. That's why I really wish Nintendo would up their hardware so that more third-party games could make it over. But I don't know, either way, a lot of the stuff on this list is a really big deal and I'm really excited about a lot of it. Be sure to let me know what you think about this massive leak down in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.